Welcome back after the break. You're watching In Conversation With. So after PP Live, what next?
I'm trying to adapt a book called The Sea of Poppies. It's an Amitabh Ghosh book, and that's it. I mean, we're still working on the script.
All right. So execution, when would that happen actually?
Whenever I get the money. Whenever.
Whenever you get the money. Okay, that's
Yeah, you can't really ask a writer director when is your next film happening, because if you ask anybody when would you like to start, they'll tell you tomorrow morning. But when you ask them when do you think you're going to start, they'll never have an answer for you, because these things are out of your control. It depends on when you cast a film, when you get the finance, when you get the green light. All of these things are out of your control. So the instability of it sometimes I think does take an emotional toll.
Okay, the passion is there, but the, execution, you want to do it instantly, but as far as certain things are concerned, so it's
and it's really expensive, so you have to figure it out, and producers.
And I think it's also true for all filmmakers. I mean, the amount of time you spend making a film actually, and the number of time you just spend waiting is much larger than the time you spend in the set or in the edit room, because it's such a heavily commercial activity. So all filmmakers, with respect to who you are, you spend a lot of time waiting.
You just get ready and you wait. That's the filmmaking motto.
All right.
Get ready and wait.
Between you three ladies is that, as far as the star cast is concerned, Aamir
You're wearing black, all of
us. Minus the dress, of course. Of course, with this, Aamir Khan. So in three of your movies, all of your movies, it's Aamir Khan is there in each of the movie. If we talk about.
No, I don't. Not to her.
No, you don't have, but you both have it. So.
And again, in our film, he was a producer. He wasn't.
There is involvement. I'm talking about his presence. So of course, I would be a dumb if I say that why Aamir Khan. But was there anything else besides Aamir Khan? Was there anything else in your mind?
See, I was not using him as an actor at all. And
which, of course, is apparent.
He was the producer of the film. How he came on board was also very accidentally. I happened to write him an email. I don't know him at all. So he read my email, and I can't really tell you why he read that, but it just so happened that he read that particular mail. And he replied to it the next morning. That's how I got in touch with him, and he came on board. He agreed to produce the film after listening to the script. So it wasn't, actually the decision was not so much mine, because if somebody is out there and saying, here you have the money, right? So you take it. But of course, because it's Aamir Khan, you will definitely take it.
Right. So, yours is a case wherein, Aamir Khan, of course, has in front of the media, has appreciated you many a times, which was visible. So what do you have to say on that?
Well, again, in terms of, I'll just answer your casting question. I do feel like a director like myself, whether it's Aamir or Rani or Kareena or Nawaz, it's less a case of me choosing them as opposed to them choosing me, So, again, I think that Aamir helped me tremendously in getting the project off the ground, green lighting it, just, making the film happen. Then finally, when we started filming it, I think he was of tremendous support. He was very cooperative, so it's been fantastic. Yeah.
Zoya, I would like to ask you, what is new age cinema according to you?
New age cinema?
Cinema, which of course I have seen here as well. Come watch new age cinema from Mumbai and Northeast India.
I think new age cinema, in terms of at least the Hindi film context, because that's where we are from, at least these 4 films, is a film that is free of formula, of the typical Bollywood formula, of the masala format. I think free of that, and there to certain degrees. And I think that's what the new age cinema is, because there are new voices, there are new stories, there are new there's a new take coming in, and I think that would be new age right now, because I think anything produced out of Bollywood is not independent, so to speak. It is still being made in the system. So that would be my take on it.
You have something to share in your mind, I guess, right?
No, I think I agree with what Zoya is saying. In the Bollywood context, or in the context of the Hindi film industry, I think new age would mean subjects that are not conventionally, traditionally explored by Hindi films. I think the kind of directors is very different. If you look at the director profiles in the 80s and you look at director profiles today, it's very different, and therefore the work is different. There's a lot of young people who've come in and they're not necessarily from Bombay, so they bring in a new perspective, you know. So I think that's pretty much what it is.
Anusha, what would you like to comment on that?
I think they've really said pretty much all of it, because it is really about see, stories, there are only certain amount of plots in the world. Now, it is about how you retell them, because that's what is a story. Plot-wise, otherwise there are only those many and they are over and done with. So we found new voices which are able to retell those plots and in a fresh manner. For instance, Zoya's film, I don't think we have had a rote film before. I may be wrong, but I have not seen one, at least in this nature, and the way she has done the film, not seen it. In fact, I have not seen a film like Talash even. So this is absolutely new. Absolutely.
Right. Zoya, in your films, you know, Farhan is there as one of the stars. So in your upcoming movies too, do you expect your brother to be there?
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to work with him. I thoroughly enjoy working with him, and I think he's a fantastic actor. If I write something where he can fit in, I will definitely approach him, and if he likes the part, he will definitely do it. So, I mean, it has to be left open. I can't cast him all the time because he's my brother. Right. And he can't keep saying yes to me because I'm his sister.
And I'm sure you have answered this many a time.
Yeah, but I think it just has to work for both of us.
Right. So, this has been your first visit to Guwahati or Assam, both two ladies?
Mine, but not hers.
My third time.
Your third time. And yours, apuni to sage ahi theke?
Oh, mo ghar Guwahati, you know, ma hot yat thake mo ahi theke lage. You know, though I've lived in Bombay for several years, I worked there. Assam is always home. You can't change that. You know, you can't change where you're from, and that's something I don't want to change about myself.
See, Rima, you are very blunt and a very, you know, outspoken lady. So let me ask you, how do you see the regional cinema here?
I think a lot is wanting. You know, I think that Assam had a very, you know, the filmmaking tradition that we had earlier was great, actually. You know, yesterday we were talking with Dibakar, and Dibakar is a Bengali who's grown up in Delhi, and he knew who Biju Phukon was when he was growing up. But today, if you know, ask anybody, even in Assam, about Assamese films, they probably wouldn't know. So I think there has been a decline. Part of it, I think, is given the sad political, social situation that we've been dealing with for, you know, the last 20, 25 years. Right. I'm hoping that the situation has calmed down. I'm hoping that this will kind of give some kind of impetus to young people, young talented artists, filmmakers, writers, painters, photographers, you know. We went to the Metropolis exhibition. For me, again, it was very inspiring. I feel really happy to see so many young people from the Northeast who are so talented, who are out there doing work. And I mean, this is the only way we can change things, you know. So I do hope that Assamese cinema revives. And in a small way, this short film contest is kind of trying to encourage young people here. And I hope we've managed to do that, you know, in some way.
Would you like to take some initiative as being a filmmaker, pouring into regional cinema or doing something?
You know, I would like to. I've been asked this question several times, but again, the commerce of it needs to make sense. You know, from what I understand, given the number of theatres in Assam, the maximum revenue that you can expect from a film, if it's a blockbuster, is 20 lakhs. Now, when you look at filmmaking, it's a very, very expensive affair, you know. Even a small film, an ad film that you see on TV, which is for 30 seconds, the budget will be about 80 lakhs to a crore. You know what I'm saying? So it's very hard to do things in such little money, you know. At the same time, I do feel that right now, perhaps I could raise the money to make an Assamese film. But I have no ideas on how to recover that money. You understand what I'm saying? So that is a problem. And I am putting my mind to it. I do have aspirations. I think there are a lot of beautiful stories, beautiful settings, locations. I think that the Northeast has a very rich culture, you know, and I would like to see this reflected in our films. But I really don't. I mean, I work in a very different space right now, that of, you know, a space that functions on a very different model, and I don't know if that model will work here.
So, but let's hope for the best. Let's see. I mean, like, let's hope that that you also come up with a regional cinema here, and maybe these two ladies also accompany you.
Yeah. Let's hope so.
let's be positive about that, and thank you so much for giving your precious time.
Thank you so
and I'm
much.
Thank you.
so honored and pleased. So viewers, that brings to the end of this particular episode of In Conversation With. If you have any feedback or suggestions, write into us at our address, that's Prague. And 4th floor, Suryatar B. Boro Road, Ulubari, Guwahati 7. You can also call us at 0361 2465 325. Thanks for being with us. But for more news and update, keep watching Prague.